So, welcome back. Today is day 19 of the 21-day abundance challenge to raise your vibration. And today we're going to be talking about open to receiving, being open to receiving abundance, right? And that's what this challenge is all about. But today is a little bit different. We have a few topics we're going to discuss. One of them is being open to receive. Are you open to receiving abundance? And I'm going to ask you a couple of questions just to see where you're at. First of all, one of the things is you really truly feeling like it's safe for you to receive. And that may seem a little counterintuitive to probably where you're like, well, I'm ready. I want what I want. I have my goals and my dreams and I'm ready for it. But I want you to be aware of the subtle things that you do that may be pushing away being open to receiving. And that means being open to receiving in all areas, all aspects of your life. So, for instance, well, we'll talk about yesterday. Yesterday, I had you do a challenge where you were supposed to buy something nice for yourself, right? Do something little. It didn't have to be a big thing, but making yourself a priority. And how was that? Was it easy? Was it hard? Did you have any like fears kind of coming up or any resistance to it? And all of that is a key into where you're at to being ready to receive or being open. So if it was easy for you, and again, no judgment, there's zero judgment. This is all about really just checking to see where we're at. We're all different. We all have different life experiences. So some of these challenges are going to be easy for some people and some are going to be harder for others. And we're looking to be honest and figure out really where is my block, in this. And so if it was easy for you to do something nice for yourself, that is just telling you that you are putting yourself as a priority and you're recognizing your needs are just as important as others or those around you, which is helping you then to be more open, right, to receiving. If it was hard for you, and like I said, that was something that was really hard for me for a long time. I had to really practice buying things for myself just the same way that I would do for my kids and making it a priority to take care of myself. And so I do that now, and it's just a matter of how I live my life, right? It's not even something that I think about anymore. It's like, this is something that I know is important to me and I deserve it, and I'm going to do it for myself. And it helps me to be, to show up for you, to do my readings, and to live my best life. So, everybody's, whatever that is, thing that they need to do for themselves on a regular basis, or, just doing things that are kind and nice for yourself that help you to feel good. Those are going to be very important things for you to like continue to do for yourself, right? So if you did find it difficult and it was hard, this is something that you would need to practice to get comfortable with it. So being open to receive is, one of the things that we're talking about today, but what does that really mean? And that's why we're asking these questions. Are you open to receiving? So let me ask you another question. Have you ever had somebody who says to you, can I help you with that? Here, let me get the door, right? Let me help you with those groceries. What is your response? Do you say, no, thank you, I've got it, I can do it? Or are you saying, yes, thank you, I'm open to receiving, right? Thank you for helping. That's what another one that I want you to pay attention to. These can be very subtle, but they're really important because if you're constantly saying, no, no, I got it, I can do it. If somebody's, around you asking if they can help you and you're always saying, no, 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 I got it, that's you blocking abundance. That's you blocking good things from coming in. And you want to be open to receiving. It's the same thing like with a compliment. If somebody says, oh, you look so nice today, do you say, oh, no, you know what? I didn't really have time to, get dressed or to do my hair the way I normally like to do it. Or, yeah, I just kind of, put myself together really quickly. Whatever that is, notice if you have resistance. Are you open to receiving a compliment? This is another thing I had to practice. I was always pushing away, right? That's you pushing away. Even though it's subtle and little, it still makes a big difference because it's about your self-worth and your self-value. When you value yourself, you are opening up to receiving, and abundance can come to you in many different forms. And that's what we want, right? It's like we want abundance to be coming forward in all areas of our lives. So you have to be aware of what are you saying or doing that could potentially be pushing away abundance and you're not even aware of it, right? Where you're not open to receiving. So if somebody gives you a compliment, accept it. Just simply say thank you, and really let it sink in. I know for me, I was like, ooh, that was, I didn't want somebody saying something nice to me because it made me feel uncomfortable, right? The attention was on me and I didn't like that. But that was because there was a self-worth issue that I had. Now I don't have that anymore, so it's easier for me to accept a compliment. It's still sometimes difficult. Actually, there was a live that I did and somebody had said something. It's interesting because it keeps replaying in my head too about my hair. And I kind of brushed it off and I noticed that I did that and I really had to like reflect on that and think, Laura, you don't have to do that. Be aware of when, for myself, I was saying that to myself, like, it's okay that I did that in the moment, but it made me be reflective to catch it so that it doesn't continue to happen in the future. And again, being open to receiving, because that's something where we want to open up our heart chakra. We want to open up our energy field to be receptive to all different sorts of abundance coming in all aspects. So again, compliments, right? Somebody offering to help you to do something nice for you. And this can also be where you are asking for help too from somebody. And it's you being aware of, do you not ask for help because you're thinking, oh, they're not going to help me anyway, or I'm tired of being rejected, or every time I help nobody, no, every time I ask for help nobody will help me. I would do that sometimes too with the kids, or with family members. And you have to reframe that and find a way to acknowledge, like, maybe somebody's busy or giving somebody, more time. It doesn't mean that you're never going to be able to get help, because otherwise you're focusing on the lack and you're focusing on the negative aspect. And that's what we want to shift around. So even though that's a little thing, it still is a big thing because it's affecting how you are receiving. And again, remember, we're like an antenna. Our energy fields are like an antenna. So what we're thinking, what we're, believing, that all has an effect on what shows up in our reality. So the other aspect of this is you being able to feel safe to receive. Do you feel safe? Do you feel like, yes, I am deserving of this? This is something that I really know I deserve, and that I am able to receive it, right? So letting yourself feel safe to have whatever it is that you want, for you to feel worthy of that thing, worthy of that experience, knowing that it's possible for you, and really sinking in with that. Again, opening yourself up and saying, yeah, I am ready. I am ready for this. It's kind of like when we did that door exercise, right? Where you open the door and what you want is there. Are you ready for it? So you need to be ready for it on all layers. This is just another aspect of it. The other part of what I wanted to talk about today is living now, right? Not waiting for some future event to happen. That's why we created the two goals, our short-term goal and our long-term goal in the beginning, is because we set the intention, but we're not going to live every day for that. We're going to do different things. We're going to live our lives until those things manifest. And in the meantime, we're raising our vibration to hold space for that thing to be drawn to us, for the universe to align us to what we want and to bring it into our experience. So in the meantime, your work is to have fun and to do things that you enjoy doing. And so that's what this is about too. There's a movie, one of my favorite movies. It's called Night and Day, Night with a K, and it's with Cameron Diaz. and Tom Cruise. And I don't know if you've seen it or if you're familiar with it, but it's one of my favorite movies. It's an action movie, so there is a lot of like, shooting and stuff like that, but it's lots of action. And if you haven't seen it, you should, because honestly, it's one of my favorite movies. But I love it because he talks about Tom Cruise had traveled and gone to these different places, and he talks about someday people will talk about doing these things someday, and then they never really do it. They just put it out there into the future, and they don't actually experience that. And so today is someday. Okay, so at the end of the movie, Cameron Diaz, she says to him, after they've been through all this stuff in the movie, she says, it's someday. Like today is the day. Today's our someday. We're not going to wait anymore. We're going to live life. And that's what I want for you. So today is your someday. It's now. It's like, what do you want to do today to enjoy life? And make it today. Make your life be something that is enjoyable. The little things. It doesn't have to be going on a trip or going on a vacation. All of those things are really fun. This is about enjoying every day and enjoying your moments. Okay. So today, I want you to look around and I want you to think about this. Am I open to receiving? Right? Am I really truly ready and open to receiving? Am I putting out to the universe that I am ready for this? And how can I enjoy where I am, even though I don't have necessarily my goals yet or what it is that I want to accomplish? Again, we're always going to be having new goals. We're always going to be having new things we want to accomplish. But what can I do today to enjoy my day? How can I live life in the moment right now? And that's what I want you to focus on. So, and I want you to imagine like your whole body opening up to receive all of this good that the universe has for you. It's like just picturing or visualizing in your mind or just setting the intention, I am open to receiving. Okay. And I want you to feel like your body allowing these layers, right? These past this resistance to like drop away and go away, and almost visualizing like all these layers of your soul, right? Coming through and opening up and saying, yes, I'm ready to receive. And being grateful and appreciative of all of the things that you have right now, all of the people who are in your life right now, and what you can do today in this moment to be in a space of being open to receiving, right? What does that mean to you? It's going to be different for everybody, but you could even say, it's safe for me to receive. It's safe for me to receive what it is that I really truly want. And I deserve it, right? Or feeling that in your body. How does that feel? Yes, I'm ready. And not only that, but just enjoying today for what it is, right? Enjoying the little things and taking note of all of those things that you really do have in abundance all around you. All right. I hope that you enjoyed this and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Please share in the comments about how you are opening up to receiving and what your someday, right, today looks like, and how you're going to start to incorporate your someday now instead of in the future. I love you so much, and I will see you tomorrow.